Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Antonio checking in out here. It's been a while since I got to this nature trail, but I want to talk about your healing journey. I don't know who needs to hear this, but when it comes to your healing journey, it's not about perfection, It's about you growing, you becoming more aware of what works for you and what doesn't, I think we get so caught up into the external aspect of healing. Maybe it feel like we got to walk around with wearing certain type of clothes, wearing certain type of jewelry, crystals, and all that's good. But don't forget that the true work is the work that's done on the inside. And I say that to say, no matter what you're going through, you should be, confident enough. Like even right now, I just woke up, took my daughter to school. I didn't really get to wash my face like how I wanted to, because I didn't even know I was coming here to do this video. So it is what it is, but I'm like, hey, you can't let little stuff like that stop you. And I also mentioned that because I feel like it's a lot of the little things that stops us from making the big leaps. I don't know, but for some reason, like when I'm faced with an obstacle, a temptation, an urge, and I don't give in, it's like I become a little bit stronger. It's a weird feeling, but I actually feel it. And it's crazy because even though I felt it, I guess it didn't really hit until yesterday. I was watching one of my subscribers' videos. Shout out to, what's his channel? 24/7 Betterment. And he mentioned in his last video, go check it out, that, every time he has some type of temptation or urge, for whatever the temptation or urge may be, when he says no and he doesn't do it, it makes him stronger. And it does. Especially like, now maybe the first time, second time, you may not feel it. But once you're on the journey and you really healing and you really cultivating, and you really aware of what's not really serving you the most purpose, when you deny that instant gratification, you get like this feeling. It increases your aura, your confidence, your decision making, and that energy spills over into other areas of your life. And it's not saying that every time that you face with temptation and whatever your urges may be that you're gonna always say no. It's gonna be plenty of times where you give in. But long as you are aware and you're constantly cultivating that change, then you're gonna be good, because you're gonna be good and great. You're gonna look back and be like, dang, I haven't eaten that junk food in a while, or I haven't been procrastinating, or whatever people tempting urge, or I haven't been having these giving in to my lustful desires, or I haven't been whatever, We all have different temptations and urges, but once you keep cultivating and doing the work, you'll soon realize, like, wow, I really grown. Like, I legit don't have the desire to do X, Y, Z no more. And that's what it's all about, man. It's not about being perfect. This journey of healing is about, okay, what can I fix? In order to realize what you fix, is like, what's serving me purpose? What's not serving me purpose? You just work on that. And after so much inner work, mental work, your external world is going to change. And your journey is not to be, told. If you want to tell people what you're working on, it's cool, but you don't have to. Sometimes people overly share. Like, you don't have to sit here and tell people what you're going through. You don't have to sit and tell people what you're struggling with. That's between you and self. That's something for you to work on. Because whether you like it or not, people say they don't judge, but we live in a judgmental world. And if you're not mentally strong, people's judgments can start to have a impact on your mental mindset. So whatever you're struggling with, if you have to go get some type of professional help, by all means do it. But don't sit and just overly share your issues with people, because misery loves company. And sometimes people want to hear you going through stuff. People want to see you down. People want to, so it's like, nah. You just got to work in silence, because it's going to manifest externally. And if people don't always see you complaining, if people don't always see you talking about what you're going through, when your life do manifest as you desire, it's going to seem like it happened overnight, because you kept your troubles, you kept your worries, you kept your issues to yourself. You didn't go out here and trauma dump on everybody that you see. You just worked in silence. And anytime you was around people, or anytime you go out, it's like your aura was speaking for you. It's like you ain't even got to fake the funk. But once you learn how to deal with your problems and your issues in silence, or find things that are therapeutic for your healing, I should say that, because a lot of people are suffering in silence. So, but once you find things that are therapeutic for your healing, you don't have to go around and projecting what you're struggling with, because you know what you're working on behind the scenes. In this journey, the more I heal, the more I learn, the more I unravel about myself, the more I realize, man, this life is fun. It's adventurous. The more I realize, man, we so programmed that it's crazy. From our everyday routine to the routes we take where we go into the store, the work, like just everything. I'm like, yo, this is a real program matrix. And to break away from that, it takes some real work. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. But once you consciously know what you're doing, the journey does become fun. And you can do it. Because we are creatures of habit, so everything we do is gonna be habitual. But every day we can do something new, something different, something spontaneous, because we're not just gonna live and pay bills and die. No, we're gonna enjoy this life. We're gonna travel. We're gonna eat good food. If you're in a relationship, have good intercourse with your spouse. Let's be real. Hey, we just gonna live life, spend time with your family, your kids, your loved ones, grow, read, study, become a better, help when you can. It is okay to live your life. Just because you got friends, co-workers, families, members struggling, you can have empathy, you can empathize, but that don't mean you gotta struggle. We living in a world you can wake up and do whatever you want. Even I say do whatever you want, as long as it cause harm to nobody. But you can wake up and cause harm. That's what I'm saying. Like, this world is just whatever. But don't wake up and cause harm. Please don't. But this energy is real. And if you take the initiative to stay on your journey, this ain't something you got to vocalize. Like, when I walk around in my everyday life, like, I don't sit here and vocalize, oh, I meditate, oh, I'm healing. Nah. That's why I got this channel. Now, I do meet a lot of high vibrating individuals. And, we do talk about, high vibrational things. But sometimes I meet people who may not be, they are high vibrational in their own right. But every conversation is not for everybody. So when I meet somebody, I can have a conversation at the level that they're at, And I like meeting people who at I feel like a higher level than me, And I can sit there and listen and soak up game so I can apply it, so I can get better. Because the situation I'm in, as a man, as an individual, as a leader, you just want to provide for your family. And you want to do the right things even when nobody is looking. That's real integrity. And I feel like it's a lot of people, man, women, woman, just want to do the right thing. Like, it could be a regular Wednesday. You could be like, hey, let's go to the beach. You know, that's the life I'm going for. And I'm getting there, you know. And I know a lot of times my physical, I know a lot of times my physical reality is not there yet, but it's cool because it's a lot of signs that I see along the way. Like I see synchronicities every day. My intuition, discernment is growing every day. So it's things like that that people can't see that I can see. And there's a lot of things in your life that you see that's showing you that, hey, man, you on the right path that other people can't see. So you just got to keep going. It don't matter. That's why I say don't tell folks your business. Don't tell folks what you're trying to manifest. Don't tell folks what you got going on. Sometimes, like Kendrick Lamar said, sometimes you just got to pop out and show. You feel what I'm saying? But if you on the right path, life will show you. I mean, it's a lot of good things that just happened to me. It might be small, but it be like just good. Like one day I was at work, and one of the guys, I think he's Hispanic. You know, I speak to everybody because that's just my energy. Man, he gave me an empanada. I don't eat beef, but I still took it because it's an act of receiving. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you on the right path, you vibrate higher, man, and you really love yourself, man, life return that, yo. I get a lot of love from a lot of strangers, man. I get a lot of genuine connections because I don't have no ill will. I don't have no heart to do nobody dirty. Like my intentions, everything I do is just genuine from a pure standpoint because like they say, hurt people will hurt people. Or just a certain part of you that's unhealed might just hurt someone unknowingly. Like, but I ain't got no reason to hurt. The one thing I realized, like people who really feel the love and really genuine and happy in life, like if everything is going your way, why would you want to hurt somebody? Why would you want to go out of your way to hurt somebody? Because you do know that that energy got to run through you. So if you wishing bad on somebody, if you talking down on somebody, just know that that energy is coming through you. We not perfect. So yeah, it's going to be times where you talk trash about somebody. You know, we human. We got emotions. And you're not just going to sit here and be happy-go-lucky all the time. But at the same time, you got to be mindful. You got to really focus on your mental mindset and see where your mentality at. Because these thoughts can generate emotions. These emotions are the feelings. You know, and these feelings and these emotions, they can manifest, man. And they will. So, we got some good people on the trail today. What's going on, man? I like your dogs. Yes, sir. So, I lost my train of thought, but these emotions, they will manifest. They may not, and they'll manifest in some of the most weirdest ways. Like you might be angry and mess around and get into a car accident. You might be angry and stub your toe. You feel what I'm saying? So that emotional anger can manifest in so many different ways. So if that can manifest in so many different ways, think about the good emotions and how they can manifest. It is not say that you got to be joyful and happy all the time. But I will say that your foundation that you stand on should be solid and filled with love and joy. Because if your foundation is filled with love and joy, then ain't too much gonna be able to knock you down because you're gonna be able to know how to regroup. You feel me? And get back out here and do what it gotta take to keep growing and keep healing. So I say that to say, just know that this healing journey is not about perfection. It's not about for nobody to know. Like I say, you don't have to overly share what you're struggling with, what you're going through, unless you need some extra help. But, find something therapeutic. Study, become aware of what works for you, what don't. What activities you like to do, explore. Get out here, do something different, man. Like me, I feel so at peace at home when I'm in nature. Like, it just feel right. Like, and that's just me being real. Like, it feel right for me to be at the beach. Like, it's certain things that I just love, I admire about life. I love to travel on the road trips with my family, and I'm driving, everybody in the back seat, girlfriend on the side, she sleep, everybody in the back seat sleep. We just cruising, living life, man. That's what it's about. Spending time with your loved ones, just spending time with yourself. That's healing, and that's what this is about. So y'all be good, y'all be great, and y'all keep healing, man. Keep doing the work, put in the work, and it's gonna manifest. Peace.